Huh? 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh? 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh?
For the love of humanity and because you and I are so intimately connected, this is the Union of Muscle podcast, Daily Inspirationals. Daily Inspirationals to inspire you. Inspire you to be what? To be strong, to be brave, and to be beautiful. We've been talking about non-linear goal setting. Yesterday, and you can always go back and listen to the episode, we talked about how there isn't one course. And if somebody's trying to tell you there's one course, that might work for them, but it may not work for you because you're a different person. And while in general there are principles you can learn from them, you want to gather together all the different ways that can be successful because you never know about even the possible obstacles that might be in your path. Today, I want to talk to you about something else, and that's this starting point, or where we're at right now. We talked a little bit about identity and how the identity that we build can anchor us down to where we are or where we were, even though our available levels of happiness have increased. We're not able to take advantage of that because of ideas about who we are. There's something else that can keep you down, that can keep you unempowered. I mean, that's almost literal in this non-linear goal setting thing, is because there's also a vertical, there's a horizontal, there's a diagonal. There are things that can actually keep you down in non-linear goal setting. And that is how you view the world. Now, how we view a world is often a reflection of how we view ourselves. However, there's also things that we believe about the world, about society, about life in general, that can keep us from getting to that higher level of joy that we deserve, that we can get to, if we but dispel these ideas that have gotten into our head. So there's this saying out there. I don't know if you've heard it, or maybe you haven't. If you know of Oprah Winfrey's story, you probably have heard her, because I think there are those who have said this about her when she was young, is that you can take the girl, or the guy, out of the ghetto, but you can't take the ghetto out of the girl. This comes down to a certain mindset, and I know a little bit about ghetto life. So it sounds like it could be a song, Ghetto Life. Is it? I don't know. After my parents' divorce, when I was very, very young, we moved to a housing project right outside of D.C. And there's a record of that out there. I'm not just making this up. In fact, Secretary Jack Kemp at the time went on a field trip to our HUD housing complex. We lived in HUD housing. This was a housing project, and we were actually a part of the new projects. You just don't want to see the old projects. We didn't even go into the old projects. That's how bad the old projects were. But it was interesting how, even growing up, I saw that there were people who lived and died. I mean, literally died. We had about a death every other month, or if someone hadn't died for some reason, it was almost like there was something wrong in the ghetto. But there was almost this mindset, too, that the world was a certain way and that there was no path out for us, for those who lived in the ghetto and the projects, and that this was going to be, you just had to find a way to survive. And it was about survival for us. It wasn't about seeing what goals you could have and coming to a better realization of this or that. It wasn't necessarily about coming up with new ideas. It was about staying alive. You couldn't even grasp your mind around a way out of that situation because everything pointed in, everything pointed down, everything seemed to point around. And I saw this at a young age. And it began putting questions into my mind fairly early. I think we moved out of there about the age of 12 when I was 12 or 13. But even at that point, I began to see, I said, why is it that there is something looming there? Something that is keeping these people, or keeping us stuck in this economic mindset, this economic reality. And I couldn't quite put my finger on what it was, or what these belief systems were that were put in place, because it wasn't just about what you thought about yourself. It was about what society also thought about you. It was what was expected of someone from where you were from. And there was a lot of those poverty issues. And so I spent quite a long time trying to develop a leader's mindset, trying to change my mind about how the world works and how the world operates. Because if you don't believe that there is a way out of where you want to get to. And so this kind of relates into yesterday, as we said that sometimes people say that there's one path, and if you don't believe that path is available to you, that one path to reach out, then you're not going to make any efforts, or you feel as though any efforts you make are going to be for naught. They're going to be in vain. They're not going to work out for you. But if you can open up your mind a little bit, if you can say, you know what, maybe I only see one path now, but maybe there's a path I have yet to see that can lead me out of this position. Maybe there's a new course I can take that I just haven't yet realized. And that's what I saw. That's what I saw in my friends and the people around me. I said, you know what? It's not that there's anything wrong with these people, or wrong with us, or wrong with what's going on. It's just a matter that we haven't yet realized or been able to grasp the path out. So if you feel like you're stuck, maybe it's not the economic hardship that's getting you down. Maybe it's a weight goal. Maybe it's ideas about how the world treats you. Maybe it's depression. Maybe there's something that seems to be chaining you down to a lower level of life's joys that it has, that you can feel it, you can see that it's there. I would ask you, maybe it's because you've been focusing that there's one way out, and that maybe that way out seems to be cut off to you. I would challenge you to keep searching, to be brave, to be strong, to empower yourself, to keep searching for that path out. I believe in you. I believe that no matter what you believe is chaining you down, that you can find a way to break those chains. You can find a way up to a new level of joy. It's not necessarily the path everyone else says you need to take. Maybe there's parts of it in there. Search, keep searching, keep digging. I believe in you. You can be my hero. You've been listening to the Union of Muscle podcast, Daily Inspirationals. Daily Inspirationals to inspire you to be strong, to be brave, and to be beautiful. Remember that any views you hear me, they may not be representative of Union of Muscle Black Hat Management or our affiliates, and all information you hear here must first be reviewed by the corresponding professional, whether that's medical, legal, or financial, before applying it to your life. All rights are reserved by the content's creator.